Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's shaking South Africa's political landscape, one that raises questions about leadership, public trust, and the very future of our national dialogue. Yes, we're talking about veteran journalist and political analyst Mondli Makhanya's warnings regarding President Cyril Ramaphosa's influence over this critical initiative. Buckle up, this story is layered, intense, and packed with political intrigue. The national dialogue, launched just last week, was meant to be a fresh breath of hope for South Africans, a platform where government, corporate leaders, civil society, and religious figures could come together to tackle the divisions that have long plagued our nation. On paper, it sounded promising, a chance to restore public trust in institutions battered by years of corruption, political infighting, and economic instability. But here's the catch: according to Makhanya, this dialogue risks being overshadowed, if not undermined, by President Ramaphosa's ongoing political struggles. His warning is clear: the dialogue must remain independent and be seen as genuinely national, not as a vehicle for one person's political survival. Imagine the public perceiving it as just another ANC-backed strategy to shore up Ramaphosa's declining approval ratings. The credibility of the entire process could vanish before it even begins. South Africans are already skeptical, political fatigue is real. Ordinary citizens are wary of empty promises. If the national dialogue ends up as just a talking shop with fancy statements and no real action, people will tune out, and rightly so. Now, let's dig deeper. Ramaphosa, despite positioning himself as a unifying figure, faces internal party tensions and a drop in popularity. The ANC itself is far from stable, and opposition parties are vocal in their criticism. Launching a massive national initiative in this climate is a delicate balancing act. Makhanya emphasizes that the dialogue cannot carry the weight of the president's political setbacks. This is no minor caution, it's a stark reminder that personal politics can sink even the best-intentioned projects. Critics have raised concerns that the national dialogue could produce lofty speeches without tangible results. Bringing people together for discussion is one thing, implementing reforms that touch lives is another. After years of unmet promises, the public has every reason to be cautious. But supporters argue that this initiative is a critical opportunity to rebuild faith in institutions and foster a sense of shared purpose. Here's the twist: Makhanya argues that leadership must come from credible community voices, scholars, and civic leaders, not politicians. Ordinary South Africans need to see themselves reflected in the process, not just their leaders. Imagine a conversation where the voices that matter most are those living the challenges every day. That's the authenticity Makhanya believes is essential. But this is easier said than done. Politics, especially at Ramaphosa's level, is a high-stakes chess game. The line between facilitating genuine dialogue and using it to boost a political career is razor-thin. With approval ratings sliding, that line is thinner than ever. Makhanya's critique is both a caution and a challenge. Can the national dialogue rise above partisan politics, or will it be trapped in political maneuvering? The stakes are high. South Africa faces economic pressures, social divisions, and political uncertainty. The national dialogue, if executed well, could be a turning point, a platform where tough conversations lead to meaningful action. Mishandle it, and it risks reinforcing cynicism, deepening distrust, and giving critics fuel to dismiss it as political theater. The broader context matters. South Africans are concerned not just about one president, but about governance, accountability, and transparency. Makhanya's call for credible, independent leadership urges civil society and community figures to step up. This is about reclaiming the narrative and ensuring citizens have a real seat at the table. And let's not forget the irony. Ramaphosa launches a dialogue to unite the nation, but the first challenge is convincing the public it's genuine. It's like throwing a surprise party for someone who suspects a trap: skeptical looks, raised eyebrows, whispered doubts. Is this for real or just another ANC stunt? Makhanya suggests a roadmap for legitimacy, prioritize community leaders, academics, and respected civic figures. Focus on outcomes, not optics. Keep politics at arm's length. Make the dialogue about South Africans, not political parties. Above all, maintain transparency and accountability, so the public can trust that discussions lead to action. For ordinary citizens, the message is clear: pay attention, demand accountability, and participate wherever possible. The success or failure of the national dialogue will shape the country's trajectory for years. Every voice counts. South Africa is rich in talent and civic energy, yet initiatives often falter under political pressure. The challenge now is for the entire nation, not just Ramaphosa or the ANC, to ensure the national dialogue becomes a transformative moment, not just another headline. So, what can we take away from Makhanya's warning? Independence matters. Credibility matters. Outcomes matter. Public trust is priceless. If the national dialogue maintains these principles, it could drive real change. If not, we risk another promising initiative fading into political theater. That's it for today's deep dive into the future of South Africa's national dialogue. Can this initiative rise above politics and deliver results, or will it become another chapter in political theatrics? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on South African politics. Thank you for joining us. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, your voice matters in shaping this nation's future. See you next time.